Hey guys, today I'm going to present you the evaporative control solenoid from this Mercedes A-Class. I will tell you a couple of symptoms if this solenoid goes bad. I will show you what to look for on a live data if you have a scan tool. And I will show you how to remove it and do some tests on it. First, let's see a little quick how this system works. So let's remove this cover. And if you look closely down here, you're going to see the evaporative solenoid. So you can use a hook and release it from the bracket. You've got this little tab here. And the solenoid comes out. It has connected to it two vacuum lines. This one in the middle is gonna go and connect to the intake manifold, and the second line connects to the evaporative purge canister, which is located by the fuel tank. That canister will collect all the gasoline vapors, which will evaporate all the time, and when the computer decides that is required extra power, it will open the solenoid and the vacuum from the intake will suck those vapors inside the intake and they will be consumed. Therefore, it's good for the performance of the car, it's good for the fuel economy and for the environment. The canister itself is quite reliable, there is not much to talk about it. The most common failure with this system is this solenoid, therefore we're going to focus on it today. So if you have a scan tool, you can actually begin to have a look on the live data. And down there, you're gonna find the OBD2 port. Open this cap. Now if you look on the live data, you've got commanded evaporative purge. This one is gonna show you when the evaporative solenoid is activated. And you can see right now I'm going to accelerate and you should see a spike on the commanded evaporative purge. And there it is. Now, if I accelerate one more time, it's again opened. And if I accelerate a third time, it's not going to be opened because there is not enough gasoline vapors inside the canister collected yet. And as you can see, we've got the percentage increasing and coming back. Now if I accelerate, you should see the spike again. Not that much though, even though I accelerated the same. You can see here on the throttle body, all of the accelerations are the same, but the spikes on the commanded evaporative purge are not the same because there are not enough vapors of gasoline yet collected. Now let's wait a little bit and I will accelerate one more time. Here it is. And if you are a little bit more advanced, you can compare the data from the oxygen sensor with the commanded evaporative purge. On the equivalence ratio on the oxygen sensor, you should see always a value close to 1. That will mean that the mixture of air and fuel is always right. So let's see. It went up and then down and then it stabilized again. As you can notice, is a similar sign, a similar situation happening on the evaporative purge. You've got first the spike and then it lowers and then it goes a little bit up and stabilizes. Because what will happen when you accelerate, suddenly the injectors will open, will spray a lot of fuel, you get a rich condition, the engine is running, is pulling, in the case of driving, it's under the load. Then when you let off the acceleration pedal, it goes lower, it goes basically lean, and then it stabilizes again. So that's why you see up, down, and stabilize. Same with the commanded evaporative purge. It's basically increasing the fuel inside the combustion chamber. So that's why you can see on the oxygen sensor response a similar line on the graph. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's get into the engine bay. So if you found out that the solenoid doesn't respond, then go ahead and disconnect it. You've got this safety clip, pull it like that, and then release the connector. Here is the part number if you need it. Now with a vacuum pump you can test it up, and since that tiny nozzle is connected to the intake manifold, it should hold the vacuum while the solenoid is closed, and it does without any problems. This is a 12 volt actuated solenoid, therefore you've got down there two pins. Put in some vacuum and now try to open the solenoid so that the vacuum will be released. Here it comes. So that was a confirmation the solenoid works. If it's the same situation to you, Then go ahead and check the vacuum lines, because they can be punctured or damaged, and it doesn't matter if this thing works or not. If they are punctured, they will leak vacuum or they will leak gasoline vapors. Alright, so let's see the vacuum line from the canister. I apply the vacuum and it holds it very well. Now, by the way, one more thing to mention about the canister. When the solenoid, the evaporative purge solenoid from here is activated, there is going to be a vent solenoid on the canister, which will be opened as well, in order for this vacuum to be able, in order for those gasoline vapors to be able to travel inside the intake manifold. Because if all the system is sealed, then you cannot suck those vapors. As you can see, there is no way for those vapors to travel inside the intake manifold. So the canister itself needs a vent, which has to be able to be closed and open when the computer wants to. On the tiny line from the manifold, there is no point to apply any pressure because the vacuum is not going to stay there, since it has direct connection with the manifold. Alright guys, that was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding today's topic, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want to see how I test this system on another Mercedes, there is going to be a link in the description below. Also, it's going to be a playlist with all the videos I made about this car. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you in the next video.